Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, episode number 39 for Saturday, September the 20th, 2008. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brungar and thank you very much for joining me today. The film I'm going to review for you guys today is the new Ricky Gervais comedy, Ghost Town. This movie is directed by David Koepp, who actually directed another film. He directed Secret Window with Johnny Depp, which is another film which I actually like quite a bit. This movie stars Ricky Gervais, Téa Leoni, and Greg Kinnear. This film is about a dentist named Pincus, played by Ricky Gervais. He's very unlikable, he's very rude, he often avoids talking to people. It's a scene very early on when he's like, he's doing his dentist kind of thing, and he just like shoves things into a woman's mouth to keep her from talking. He lives in the same building as Téa Leoni, and it turns out that when he goes in for a routine colonoscopy, he actually ends up dying during the operation for about 7 minutes. And this, for some reason, makes him able to see ghosts, and the ghosts come to him and they try to help them with their unfinished business. One of the main ghosts who hassles him the most is played by Greg Kinnear, and he was actually married to Téa Leoni, who lives in Ricky Gervais' building in this film. And so the majority of the film, Ricky Gervais spends his time trying to break up her new marriage to the new guy that dead Greg Kinnear doesn't like. Ricky Gervais ends up kind of falling for this woman and things get kind of wrapped up. I mean, the plot of this movie isn't very inspired. This sort of movie has been done a million times, but every time I see one of these films, what make them different and make them good are the special little details in them, and I think one of the most important details of this film is Ricky Gervais. I absolutely love Ricky Gervais. I consider the original UK version of The Office to be some of the finest television ever aired, period. I think it's a masterpiece. I mean, Ricky Gervais really is a comedy heavyweight that I consider, I put in the pantheon of Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld. For some reason during this, I said Larry Sanders, and Larry Sanders isn't a real person, it's a fictional character. I meant to say Garry Shandling. He really is a comedian who's just working a step above everyone else, and he's absolutely fantastic if you aren't familiar with him. This film is such a showcase for his humor because I think the script is funny, but Ricky Gervais milks it for every single thing it's worth. And luckily the script is pretty funny and they have other funny people in it. But Ricky Gervais, if Greg Kinnear had been cast as the Ricky Gervais character, if Ricky Gervais had been in this film, I think it would have been utterly forgettable. I think one of the things that makes this movie so special is Ricky Gervais. Also, Kristin Wiig, who you might know from Joe Schmo, Knocked Up, and SNL. She plays the surgeon very early on in the film, and she comes in toward the end. But she is hysterical. I mean, the scenes with her and Ricky Gervais are absolutely my favorite scenes in the film, and are absolutely the funniest. That woman is hysterical. Every time she's in anything, she just kills me. Téa Leoni is pretty good in this movie. Fans of The Naked Truth can rejoice once again. I wasn't sure if I was going to buy the relationship between her and Ricky Gervais, but luckily, this film really isn't super typical. They kind of dance around the relationship, I thought, in ways that were very good, because I think it would have been weird to actually see them together in this film. Also, I think she's a really good counterpoint, kind of the opposite, this nice kind of balance between her and Ricky Gervais, because Ricky Gervais' character is actually very kind of unlikable, but she's kind of weird like him. And when they start to connect and like each other, it doesn't seem forced, it seems very natural, and I like that about it. Like I said, the details in this film really stand out and make it something special. I think they play with the unfinished business aspect of this movie. I think every ghost movie has that. Well, there's unfinished business, this ghost needs to get something done. And they play with that a little bit, and they change it a little bit in a way that is so obvious, but I had never seen done before, and so it was really interesting to see. I was also pleased to see that there were no scenes where ghosts came into people's bodies and they acted differently. I always feel like those scenes are really hard to pull off. Luckily, there are none in this film. I think this movie sits comfortably with films like Just Like Heaven, Ghost, Heart and Souls. It's really reminiscent of those films, and as I was watching this, I realized why Hollywood keeps making these kinds of films, and it's because they absolutely work. They're tried and true. I mean, this movie sits firmly in the ghost-related rom-com genre. I think the closing moments of this film are actually pretty wonderful. I thought they wrapped the film up really nicely, and it wasn't cheesy or anything like that. I really liked it. I don't think this movie's quite a 4, but I think it's better than a 3, so I'm going to give my first half rating, which I'm going to give a 3.5 out of 5. I definitely recommend it if you're interested. If you guys are liking my reviews, make sure and subscribe. If you have any recommendations on any films you'd like to see me review, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.